Hi, everyone, and welcome to our official kickoff stream. This is the Nerd Herd, and I am Ryan. I'm better known in game as Optics, and hopefully, this will be a fun night for everybody who decides to show up. This has been a little bit stressful because of the technological aspect of it, and then also putting yourself out there for the world to see. So that's it's a little nerve-wracking. But I thought that we would jump into Ubisoft's The Division, maybe start from the beginning. Uh, those who have played the game, this will probably be old hat. Those who haven't, this might give them a better insight into what the game is all about, the story, everything about the game itself. And for anybody who has the game, feel free to load it up, roll a new character, and we can get you into the game with us. So, um, yeah, I guess we'll start. I do want to take just a second to say thank you to a few streamers. Johnny Chase over on Twitch. I would check him out. He is local to me, but he has been a really big influence, even if he doesn't know it, um, because he's pretty much shown me what a small streamer should be. He keeps his audience engaged. He keeps his games changed up. It's a really fun time in his chat room, and he's starting to gain a little bit of traction, so that's always good. G1 Game Days, all the guys over there are awesome. Short Bus Eric, Shiro, um, Woody. I mean, everybody over there has been fantastic. They're really welcoming. They are G1s for those who are familiar with Game Attack. So definitely go check them out. And of course, the Game Attack boys, Craig and Sean, who stream on YouTube Gaming, they pretty much decided to go independent from Rooster Teeth. And I figure that if they can do this as their only job with a lot on the line, family and rent or mortgage, bills, all that stuff, then why can't I do it too? Because I have a day job that pays my bills. This is mostly a hobby. If it blows up into something else, then great. However, I do have a fallback plan. They don't. So definitely check them out. Uh, Sponsor, subscribe, donate, whatever you can do to keep them going. They have probably one of the most amazing communities on the web that I've ever seen. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the game. I'm going to bring the volume up on the game for a moment. There we go. And we'll switch over to the gameplay. Now let's see if it's actually, there we go. Okay, so this is the new character creation screen for the game. And I figured we'd start from the beginning, because again, it'll give people an idea of the story of the game. So, for the most part, I tend to create female characters. I have no idea why. It's just something that I've done ever since my first MMO way back in, I don't know, whenever Lord of the Rings Online launched, 2007, maybe? Something like that. So, we'll keep the trend alive, and it's very basic as far as the customization goes. Um, I don't necessarily think that they needed to get too far into it, because it serves its purpose. Some basic customization. So all of the different nationalities and skin colors. And I think that might be my jam right there. Yeah. Okay, so skin tone gradually moving. That's probably more like me. And the iris is brown. This is new. I haven't created a character since launch. So being able to actually move them around was kind of cool. Alright, so that is the basics. Their hair. I definitely think I want some hair. The messy short hair. A little longer. A little longer. Looks like a ponytail in the back. Yep. Alright. And because I am terribly old and gray, maybe we'll do that. That'll work. Markings, I don't necessarily know if I want any markings on them. I don't have any, so, well, I have a few small ones. Nothing like that. So, okay, good, that's off. War paint. Yeah, no. And I don't think we need any facial or neck tattoos. This is, yeah, wow, there's a lot. Very. I'm definitely not a neck tattoo kind of person. Although that is kind of cool. Oh well. Let's go clean. And then accessories, piercings, eyebrow, earrings. Nope. Nope. I wonder if they have what I used to have. No, they don't. At one point I had a ring in my lip. Way back in my idiotic days. That would have probably been the closest to it. But, again, let's go au naturel. And confirm. So, our fresh character right out of the box. And we're jumping into the tutorial.
Intelligent System Analytic Computer is activated. All ISAC systems are confirmed online.
Cool.
Take cover at the marker to begin weapon verification.
Okay, so just a little tutorial, the run through of the cover mechanics and things like that. So you press spacebar to, by default, to take cover.
Open fire at the highlighted targets.
Highlighted targets. Oh, okay. Oh, right there.
Primary weapon test successful.
Okay. Switch to sidearm. There we go. Pistola.
Initialized. Open fire at the highlighted targets. Sidearm test successful.
Nice. I didn't notice the paint shooting up before.
Welcome aboard, Agent. This is Louis Chang, Northeast Section Commander of the Division. You have been activated because Brooklyn has become dangerously unstable. Isaac has updated us with your progress. Proceed to the nearest safe house for your full equipment loadout.
Okay, so that's pretty much all the training that you get. However, I will show you some of the cool things with the movement mechanics. Is anywhere that you see this, you're able to take cover. And if you hold it down, you will go from cover to cover, and you'll automatically enter cover on the next point. Not that that's good cover right there at all, but anyway, you get the idea. And also you can vault up and over cars with control. This is another cool little bell and whistle though, the footprints. I love it when developers end up adding something in like that. Another really cool feature that pretty much broke the internet when the demo, the first demo went public, is the fact that you can close car doors. I mean, that, I don't know why that was such a big thing, but everybody just lost their mind when that happened. And it's not just doors, it's trunks, There's a door closed. There's a door closed. And hoods. It's pretty nuts. Just cool little things like that. I absolutely love when they put things like that in the game. Alright. So let's change up. And we'll mosey on down. To me, the game world.
I've confirmed that your fellow agent Fei Lau has arrived here. Check in with her when you get inside.
Alright. To me, the game world in this looks absolutely incredible. I've followed the game through development, and before the game launched, they did a few streams. The studio who developed it, Massive, did a few streams leading up to the launch, and they had some of the game developers on there, the people who handled all the assets and the level design and lighting and things like that. So somebody would have had to first create every pallet, every crate, every little newspaper on the ground, and they would have had to go through this massive city and place it all. Like every single one of those pallets would have had to been placed and rotated. Same thing with every texture. I mean, it's mind-boggling what they've done. And then, of course, your lighting sources, which change throughout the day. As you can see, it looks like it's shifting, or I guess it will shift pretty. Yep, there it goes. You can see the light or the shadow moving across the ground. And yeah, so this game has a day-night cycle and weather cycles. It's again, it's amazing to me that somebody could even pull this off. So let's go in and we'll check out with Fei Long. So this is another one here showing you how to vault. But we already know that because we're amazing. So this is your safe zone, or your safe house. So safe houses act like hubs for players. This is the only time that you will see another player in the PvE section, the player versus environment section. And it gives you a chance to, if you wanted to, join up with somebody and go run some missions. So otherwise, once you step out of this building, if you're not in a party, everybody else disappears and you're completely solo. So let's go in. Now we're gonna make contact with Fei Lau.
We're losing this whole neighborhood. Rioters are moving through, in force, headed this way.
Put your people there. I see someone else got the call. I'm Agent Fei Lau, Division. Activated the same time as you, part of the second wave of us going in. I don't know what happened to the first wave, but unfortunately, there's still lots left for us to do. We don't have much intel, and we don't have the luxury of failure. Not with Manhattan under lockdown and Brooklyn on the brink. People like me, and you, we're what's left to hold the line. With any luck, we'll have more to go on once we rendezvous with the commander. More about the situation, about who's turning the streets into a war zone. Anything that's gonna help us do what we're supposed to do. If you'll excuse me, Lieutenant.
Officer Hazen and his team are handling situations.
It's been ages since I've seen
If you're
this.
looking for a hot spot, that's who you want to talk to.
Coffee.
Feature activation at the terminal to enable Directive 51 operational status and equipment.
If it wasn't for coffee, I'd probably be asleep right now because we had, in Canada, we have Thanksgiving this weekend. And I had mine today early with my sister and my mother. And yeah, so I'm all full of turkey. So the coffee's going to be the only thing really balancing things out. Alright, so let's go in and check.
Identity confirmed. SHD equipment activated.
Okay. So here we go into our abilities, and these things are like perks that you would use. So you could either do like an assault medic, or maybe a tank medic, or things like that. There's not necessarily one set role. You can kind of do two jobs at once, or if you wanted to, I suppose you could really just go full tank or full medic, and it's a really neat setup. So we're gonna equip the base right here. This is the base skill. And I'm going to stick it to E. Okay. And the other two are locked, you can see down here. You'll unlock those as you gain levels. But yeah, it gives you a basic idea. So it fires a bomb that sticks to most surfaces and explodes when detonated remotely, and this includes sticking to people, which is really fun to watch. This other one here would be a pulse. It sends out a recon pulse that marks hostiles and allies through walls and covers. This is extremely important later on in the Dark Zone. And the other one is the ballistic shield. It equips a portable ballistic shield that absorbs damage, and the user can only use their sidearm while the shield is active, so only pistols. At first, we thought this was going to be super useful in the PvE conflicts, but the enemies end up ripping through it so quick that it really doesn't make much of a difference, because the enemies put out so much damage that they shred through your shield, and then it's down, and you're completely without. So, we need to get to level 5 before we can do the next one. And yeah, so let's get to it. Now again, if I know I mentioned this in the tweets, if anybody has the game and they want to join in, by all means, feel free, let me know. You can post in the chat, and I will set you up with my Uplay ID. We can do the whole friendo thing, and we can get you in on the stream, and we'll run amok that way. Alright, so let's go, and we need to report to this guy here.
Thank God you're here, Agent. I've never seen Brooklyn like this. We're barely hanging on. I'll be your point of contact for any emergency ops. We've had plenty of action, and it's not letting up. Jesus. I'm not gonna have any hair left when this thing is done.
Alright. Okay, this is matchmaking. This is where you can find other people that are running the same missions. If you wanted to join up, you could. Over here is your gear vendor. They will sell you gear for Dark Zone credits, which we'll get to hopefully later on. And then of course your restock, which will replenish all of your grenades and bullets. And that's pretty much. Okay. So let's go wreck shop.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
And we're back out into the street.
Riders took the weekly food supply from the Brooklyn Heights distribution center. They try and sell it back to all the starving people. Plain and simple profiteering on the backs of people who are suffering. Get that food back.
Okay. So they're up here, and we need to secure the area.
I'm begging you, I got a family. Yeah? Well, not me. Not anymore.
Okay, so we're going up here. Okay, so we're gonna vault over, we're gonna go check this out, see what the story is. Poor fella.
Missing supply crate located.
Okay, so there's a tracking beacon down. So we're just gonna follow it through. Alley-oop. And again, this just absolutely amazes me, the level of detail. And this game came out about, what, 2000? I don't think it's been out for 2 years. Either came out in 2015, 2016, but it still looks amazing. You don't really appreciate a game until you hear the level designers talk about what they had to go through, and you see some of the footage of them actually designing the level.
Approaching marked location.
Ooh, these guys need to be taught a lesson, I think.
I'm telling you, it won't budge.
we go. So now we mark it for the JTF, or the Joint Task Force, and we need to hold it. Where are they coming from? Ouch. The longer you hold it down, the more the bullets spread out, of course, so you gotta do burst fire. Now, if they don't see you move cover, look at this. He's still looking for me over there. He still thinks I'm behind that car, because he didn't see me move to cover. And that, to me, just absolutely blows my mind. I love it. Okay. Let's go have a look in here. It's been ages since I've had to run the tutorial, so... So, now we have to find the remaining supplies, right here.
Confirmed. Pickup marked. GTF notified.
Alright.
Great work, Agent. We'll get that food back to the people who need it.
Very cool.
Hope folks are holding up okay in your neighborhood or containment zone or whatever the hell they're calling it.
So, oh, right here. Throughout the world, you'll find these little cases that you can open. And they'll give you everything from loot to, later on, you'll get crafting materials and things like that. So, it's kind of a cool little treasure hunting aspect. Alright, so let's throw on that one right there, because that'll give us 12 armor versus 4. And we're going to, yeah, equip that. That one's obviously beyond our level. We don't have any new guns, or sidearms, or any other armor. Alright, so let's get out of here. And we'll get on with the show. I wonder if we have to go out the back. I can't remember. Oh, okay. I was thinking of something else. Alright, so let's select our mission here. We'll do that one because it's a straight shot.
We've gotten word of a hostage situation at a bank. Looks like you'll have to go through the subway tunnel to access the building. We need you to move in and minimize the damage.
Okie dokie. So now we have to do a hostage situation. Poor guy. Alright, so I guess for people that don't really know the gist of why New York looks like this, somebody introduced a contaminated bill, or contaminated bills, on Black Friday. And of course, where money changes hands hundreds of times a day, normally on Black Friday it ripped through the entire city, and then of course ended up spreading globally because whoever touches the bill contracts it or carries the virus called the green poison, and it just kept spreading and spreading and spreading, and eventually you have a pandemic. And yeah, so that's the gist of it. Now with New York, the city kind of went apeshit, and they sent in the division, but some of the agents never reported in, and they're in the wind, so they consider them rogue agents. And you are part of the second wave. The first wave are, of course, the ones that went rogue, but you're part of the second wave, sent to find out what happened. And here we are. So we're going to see how fast we can get to level, maybe 14? Level 12 probably at the minimum if we can do it. If we can't do it, then what I might do is flip over to a character that I've already had a ton of time in on, and we'll go that way into the Dark Zone. because I would like to showcase some of the PvP aspects of it and what makes the Dark Zone so wild and out there, and makes it so a lot of people really hate it. You either hate it or you love it. Oh yeah. And then you'll see little things like this all through the city. I actually saw somebody walking past me and they were coughing and fell down on the ground and died. It was really a weird experience. Very chilling. Alright, so here we are at the subway entrance, so we're going to use this to enter the building. Pop open the door. So there's really no aim down, like true aim down sights. It's all kind of third person over the shoulder. But it works really well, especially with the movement system. Because you wouldn't be able to aim down sights truly and move from cover to cover unless there was a first person mechanic. And up we go.
Warning. Hostile presence detected.
Okay. Now these guys are not going to see me if I use cover smart. If I use cover smart. Hopefully I speak better than I use cover. Or hopefully I use cover better than I speak. So check this out. I'm going to ding these guys with a sticky bomb, I think. So I think it's set to E. Right there. And poof. Oh, now I shot him and he dropped his grenade. Ow. And you can kind of tell the role of the bad guys based on what their icon is. Just your usual grunt will have an arrow over his head. Whereas a grenadier will have a grenade. A charger, I think, will have something else, like a lightning bolt. I believe that's what it is. Oh, I hear hostages. Okie dokie.
Nice work shutting that down, Agent.
Finally! Oh, thank you so much. That was terrifying. No, I need to get the hell out of here.
Thank you.
And then he leisurely saunters out of the room. There are these kind of missions all through the city as well. You'll find the building is being held by some gang members. So you have to take them out and then go in, and you'll either be able to open the door right away, or you would need to find a key somewhere in the building and then let them out. Again, really cool aspect. It's kind of like a search and rescue aspect of the game. And a lot of times when you rescue somebody, you find a case in the room. And that will give you some gear. Alright, so I don't really want to switch to any of those. However, we did level up, which means we can now equip that. So that gives us even more armor. Now we can't do it. Oh, we can dismantle it. You can dismantle any gear that you don't want, and it will give you crafting materials. So green is the lowest tier, blue is the next tier, and then yellow is the highest tier of crafting you can do. And for obviously the higher level items that you want to craft, or the better items, you would need the yellow for each of them. And there's fabric, there's tools, which I believe are used for guns, and electronics, which are used for what are they used for? Electronics, I believe, are used for... Oh, skill power items. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I think we have quite a ways to go before we get to do that. I don't know if there are any other cases around here that we can open. Sometimes there are, you just need to try and find... Oh, there we go. Right there. Now I'm full on medkits, so not a big deal. Alright. And then of course you'll get ammo drops from enemies and... Oh, there we go. Something for your accessories. So, you go into your weapon and you choose mod, and from here you can shows you what accessories you can put on the gun, and it will also show you how they'll affect it. Usually over here, this one doesn't really seem to do a whole lot. It changes your optimal range for the gun, because obviously makes it a little bit more stable. But then you can get things like scopes and magazines and silencers or compensators. Muzzle mods, they call them. So, let's keep on keeping on. And we'll do the last tutorial mission.
Those rioters have stolen a crate of morphine. Probably gonna try and sell it or use it. We've got people in real pain who need those drugs. See if you can recover that crate.
Now it shows that there's something here. Right, oh there it is right there. Oh shoot, ouch. There is fall damage. Again, shotgun. Not quite what I'm looking for. And you can see on your back, it shows your inventory space, your pack space. Alright. So, off we go. And we'll see what this one's all about. Close another door. There's actually a statistic that they were gathering during the beta phase for how many dogs were shot, because you'll see stray dogs and stuff all through the streets, and if you shoot them, of course, you kill them. So there was dogs shot and doors closed. So they tracked every piece of data on how many doors were closed through the beta period, and it worked out to something like 4 million, something foolish like that. Oh, here's our boys.
Missing supply crate located.
I wonder if I can squeak in through here. Find a better vantage point. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna see how close I can get. Oh, JTF's not here. Oh, boom. And down.
Secured. Hostiles neutralized.
So we're just gonna tag this, and the GTF will come and pick it up.
Confirmed. Pickup marked. GTF notified.
Easy peasy.
Sparrow 5 here. We're approaching your position now.
So I will equip that. The holster will give me some armor.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
Oh, of course. Where are they? Oh, they're on my backside. Ouch. Oh, where are you? Blind fire, of course. He obviously didn't know where I was. I love moving around the corners as well. The movement system is absolutely awesome. Oh, we got more. This is pretty much a good spot to hang out. And then of course you have your countdown timer where you hold the area and then the JTF will come in.
Confirmed. Sparrow 5 is on site and ready to engage.
You can shoot through windows too, which is pretty awesome. And there we go.
Is secure. No more hostiles detected.
So then you go pick up your loot.
Great work, Agent. We'll get those drugs back to the wounded.
And there is a green item. Oh, that was electronics. I thought it was maybe a green gun or something. Every time you go into your inventory, you'll see this. And you can equip all your gear. And some will affect your firepower, which is your damage. Toughness, which is like your armor. Stamina, which is your health pool. And skill power is how quickly your skills, like the what do they call it? That jobby right there. Yeah, the sticky bomb. And other skills replenish. Or how much health they actually have, like the ballistic shield. So let's throw some new gloves on. Nothing here I really want. Yeah, we're not quite at level 4 yet. This is cool. Every weapon has a talent on it, so it shows you what's going on. So with this pistol, it's going to deal 100% more damage when the target is below 30% health, so you can really throw out some massive damage. Alright, so that's it. We're gonna boogie on back. Yeah. So we're gonna head back to the safe house and see what's going on. Hopefully the stream looks okay. I don't notice any real hitching or anything like that. Whoops, wrong turn. Oh, the snow. Sometimes you'll get really heavy snow, and when you get into somewhere that has a really bright light source, it obscures your vision like you wouldn't believe. You almost can't move because you have no idea where anything is. It's absolutely incredible. The weather system in this is amazing. So, we'll make our way back into the safe house. We'll talk to Fei Lao again. I'll turn in our quests here, our missions.
Put the lid back on this place just when it was about to boil over. We all thank you. And I wanted to say personally that I've lived in Brooklyn my whole life. So what you've done means a lot to me.
Alright, so we did level up. I don't think we have any gear that's really suitable for level 3, and that's fine. Alright, so where am I going? Okay, I guess not. I thought we had to talk to her. Oh, right, we gotta do the police station. Forgot about that. Up and over the couch. There is a police station that we have to liberate. So we'll boogie on down to that. Early gameplay videos showed one of the coolest features that I had ever seen in a game. There was supposed to be a companion app that you can run from a tablet or a phone that allowed you to do a bird's eye view of the battlefield, and you could kind of coordinate from there. Your character, I think, would disappear, and you would kind of take over from an eye in the sky perspective. And from there, you could do different things. I don't know what you could do exactly. I want to say maybe like a drone attack or something like that, but it would show you a bird's eye view of the battlefield, and you'd be able to tell people exactly where everybody else is. So, hey, there's a guy 3 cars up, or there's a guy around the corner. Really cool idea, but unfortunately, they couldn't get the tech figured out, and they ended up scrapping it. So, wah wah. Too bad.
Get that precinct back under control. If that precinct goes, we lose Brooklyn.
All right,
Hostiles incoming.
let's do it. Check this out. So I'm going to move in a little bit closer. Oh. Oh yes, and then we get grenades. Whoa! Uh-oh. Let's use one of these. No. That's a grenade, that is not a health pack. But I am going to put one up there. How do I use my health kit?
Brooklyn Dispatch, this is Division Command. We've got an agent incoming to assist with N4th, but all entrances are blockaded.
Division, that's the best news I've had all month. Try the parking garage in the back.
Got that, Agent? That's your in. Go get him.
A medkit with V, okay. I guess that would make sense since it's showing me right there. Derp. I never claimed to be a good gamer. I just claim to be a gamer. I'll be quiet. You turd. Oh, here's a charger right there. So usually anybody with a lightning bolt you want to take first.
Additional hostiles.
And of course you get bonus points for doing headshots and all that stuff. Oh, here's another charger. Blind fire. Ow, jerk. Oh yes, we got Alex again. Health kit. Oh, somebody threw something on the ground. Alright, so moving up.
Hostiles incoming.
Yeah, I know. Another charger. Boom. A lot of times you need to kind of stun them first. You'll see them take damage over time from the barrel burn damage. So there's environmental kills that you can get. It's really pretty sharp. That's right, you couldn't have done it without me. Alright, in we go. Nothing could go wrong down here, right? Right? So as long as you move cover to cover, they seem to be okay. charger here. Usually when you hear that noise, it's time to focus fire. Where'd you go? There you are. Now I killed him just as he went to throw his grenade, so you'll see it didn't even reach me. Again, that's an awesome mechanic I absolutely love. So we'll pick up our stuff. And we'll check things out. So nothing too major so far.
Alert. Hostiles detected.
Oop, and they can open things, of course. You kind of need to be on the lookout. Things like canned food, you can give those to the people walking the street. It's like a citizen in need that you'll see. And if you give them something, they will give you something. Okay. So, I'm going to try to move up as best I can. How they didn't see me, I have no idea. Oop, I'm out of grenades. So I'll use a sticky bomb. Boom. And down. So we need to find the hostages. Oh. There we go. There we are. Computer controlled cells. Alright, so another door opened back here, which means obviously nothing. I was hoping there'd be something in here. Oh, perfect. Exactly what I needed. Moving on. Can't do that. So how do they want me to go? Right, up the stairs. So we should be getting to the boss fight pretty soon. Go in through here, we should find things to open, because they're on our hub. Canned food, again, that's good for people who are on the streets and need help. What was that? No, it doesn't matter, we're full up anyway. Alright.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
I hope so. Where are you? Oh, way down there. Now he was able to see me before I could get to cover, so obviously it alerted the other guys. And then you have destructible environments, which is really cool. So I'm going to switch to my sidearm. Because this guy's less than 30. They got Alex. Everybody's name is Alex. So moving up, undercover.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Alex again? Yeah, I don't think so. Everybody seems to be named Alex in this city. That was kind of a running gag for the longest time during the beta. Run and gun, baby, run and gun. Go in here and grab something out of the bag. Now you can see there's a no respawn zone in here. So if we go down, that's the show. Alright. Let's go finish this up. Excuse me. Oops, restock. Usually before the boss fight they give you the restock case, so you can always tell. Alright, let's go.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
And of course the JTF goes and blows my cover. You can also shoot these. Well, sometimes you can. And they'll disorient people. Oh, what was that? Wow. I'm not used to fighting these dudes without my usual perks. That's the only thing I find a little bit sketchy is that when you're trying to dive out of cover, you double tap the spacebar. But sometimes, like I showed from here, I tapped it wrong and then I got caught.
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
But that's me. Watch that health tick down. Pats himself out. I'll put him out of his misery. Oh, there's the boss. Some extra damage on him. Oof. He hits like a tank. Let's see if I can catch this guy around back. There, you can see that I'm doing damage on him. And that's it. Although he put a pretty good beating on me. So we'll go collect our stuff. Not bad. Holster, level 3, green. Brings our armor up a little bit, brings our firearms up a little bit, and our electronics as well. So it'll show you here what it's going to affect. Guns are a little bit tricky because they're going to affect these two numbers, contrary to what you might see here. But I'm not going to worry about that too much. Okay. Ooh, something back here that's green. Crafting material. Weapon parts. Good stuff. Oh, that must be where I came out. Yeah. That's the restock. Alright, let's finish up the tutorial. Then we'll get into the main section of the city. These are cool. Whoops. You release the rope, and then you can rappel down.
Excellent work, Agent. Brooklyn is stable again. Manhattan, that is another story.
Ooh.
Let's get over there and see for ourselves. I've got more agents with me now. We'll rendezvous with Agent Lau and fly over together. Commander Chang out.
So we have a new weapon that we can equip. Usually I like to stick with weapons like this. MP5s, vectors, things like that. Really high rate of fire. But the M4 is pretty dope. Alright. So we'll head back. We'll go to the rendezvous point and get picked up. I've seen this part about 1 billion times because every time they played it on the streams during the lead up to the game launch, they always started at the beginning because they wanted to show as many people as possible what the game was when it started out. So a neat little cutscene.
Over there. There's a bar behind that building.
There she
Best
is.
whiskey sours in Manhattan. If we take this city back, I'll buy you a drink. Sorry. I mean, when we take it back. Here it comes.
There's our ride. Pretty sweet.
The rest of us should be in this chopper. Can't believe it's finally happening. Do this.
Big a boom. Little banged up. Ooh, nasty looking leg. Good old JTF to the rescue. This is pretty cool to get a bird's eye view. Actually, I thought it went on longer in the beta. There we go. There's the intro.
Can't believe it's finally happening. Nice work back there.
Yes, Red Storm was the other group. I forgot about that.
Here it comes.
Red Storm, I think, designed a lot of the assets for it.
Whiskey sours in Manhattan. Come on back! I need you! Sir, when we take it back. Hey! Just hold on! Hey! Just hold on! Come on back! I need you!
Little adrenaline shot to the heart. I think it would be a little bit... wow. I think she'd have a little bit more downtime than that.
Hell, at this point, you're more okay than me. Shit. That explosion took out the commander. We have a job to do. We're still gonna do it. It's just...
Landing in 1 minute. Should be able to see it coming up on my right.
There we go. That was the bird's eye view.
Found out a little more about the first wave. They're all either dead or MIA. So this is up to us. That's why we need to get it together. Right now.
JTF 6-8 the tower, visual Hudson.
I just died. They injected me with adrenaline straight into my heart, and they expect me to keep going.
Welcome to Hudson Piers. I'm not sure what you're looking to get out of this. Everything behind this gate is a goddamn war zone.
So who's in command here?
Captain Benitez was in charge. He was leading ops in the post office, but we lost contact when he left base this morning. If he's still radio silent by tomorrow, there's talk of pulling out.
No one's pulling out. We're taking this city back. Get whatever gear you need. I'll catch up with you.
Good luck out there.
You'll need it. That's another line that got a little bit of flack during the beta period. Okay, so we're
Master's your man. You'll find him just inside the gate. Can I get a stretcher at the end of the dock?
okay. So we're out of the tutorial area and we're into the main city, which is that area. So to put it into perspective, the tutorial area probably fit within here, maybe out to the water. But yeah, so this is your overview. It shows you different missions, different locations. It shows anybody who you have on your friends list, where they are in game, which is kind of cool. You won't actually meet them unless you see them in a safe house. However, it does give you a quick, at-a-glance view to see where your friends are. So, let's keep trucking. And we'll get out into the main section of the city. So this was kind of like a quarantine area. There we go. And we're going to try to make our way to the base of operations, the BOOP, is what they called it. There we go. And of course you have the inevitable shrine. I mean, they did such a good such a good job. Like, look at all the dog tags of the people who didn't make it out. Probably a lot of the military who came to help. This game, as far as populating the world with little bits and pieces, it's the tops.
The Joint Task Force New York has issued the following warnings. Martial law is in effect. For your own safety, stay in your homes. Evacuations have been suspended until further notice.
Okay. And another matchmaking station if you want to join up with people, and a weapons vendor here. Now we could grab some of it's here if we wanted to. But we don't have, well, I do, but starting out you wouldn't have any Dark Zone credits. Your Dark Zone credits are shared between characters, which is kind of nice. But we're not going to bother with that right now. So in this area, obviously it's a safe area, you have no weapons. You will see other people in here. Your stash. This is where you would be able to store things like cosmetic items, weapons, equipment, what have you. Now your stash is shared between characters as well, which is, again, a really cool idea. Now, obviously, I don't have anything here that I can use, but it gives you an idea of exactly what you can find. And there's named guns in here, so if you've ever done anything like a typical MMO or Borderlands, you'll know that there's named items, and they have them in here as well. Usually they drop off of bosses. So, there we go. So now it's plotting out a bunch of different things on our map for missions. And you can see now that we have encounters that are plotted, and each one has a color to it. So blue would be a security encounter, green, I believe, yeah, it's a medical encounter, and you'll see over here, I just pointed at the screen like a total noob, I'm thinking that you could actually see it. Sorry. If you see over here on the screen, it'll show you what wing of the base of operations it actually counts towards. So we will try to knock out a few of these as we go. So we'll see what we can do with our fancy pants new weapon. And here's something that's a little weird. Body bags. Bodies upon bodies upon bodies upon bodies. And there's no way to clear them out. Alright. So let's see what we can do here. I think I need to go through one of those tents maybe? Not that one. Not that one. Or maybe I'm overthinking it and we just follow the road. Yep. Again, I never claimed to be a good gamer, I just claimed to be a gamer. Alright, let's boogie. So you get XP bonuses when you discover certain areas of the city. And that's what a lot of these missions kind of count towards. Oh, here's a citizen in need. So they need 1 canned food if you have it. You can give it to them. And they give you gear. So in this case, it's a gas mask that will help. Gives me a little bit of extra armor, not much, but a little bit. So you'll find these randomly sprinkled throughout the city, so it's always good to top up on everything before you head out. That way, if you do run into one, you'll have what they need, so that maybe you get what they need. Oh. And then you'll run into random encounters like this as well. The no good nicks. And a lot of them are just random guys, scavengers, people who don't want to play by the rules. Oh, here we go. It's kicking off.
Calling all units. We've got a hostile stronghold up on West 29th. Please investigate.
Answer back. What I like is when you put your crosshairs on somebody and you pop out of cover, it stays right on them. There we go. And that's that.
Thanks. Without you, I don't think we could have taken him out.
Alright, so then we'll go back to the map screen. We'll select another mission here. That's along the way. And it plots out a new course for us. You can see it on your HUD. And also the line that runs down the center of the screen. And again, I tried to gesture as if you could see what I'm looking at. Like I said, excuse the inevitable hiccups and slip-ups. Ooh, I leveled up, so now I can equip another weapon. So let's equip this. So it shows slot 1, slot 2. I don't have anything else really. That's all a step down. Yeah. Okay. we haven't unlocked any of that yet. Alright. So let's get to it. Now that we have our second slot open. It's just first weapon on 1, second weapon on 2, third weapon on 3. And then of course you can set them on your mouse wheel as well if you want to. Which I have set to both, but I don't generally do it because I find that I end up scrolling through it. Oop. So those guys are over there in the next street. I might loop around and get them. Ooh, that would have been bad. I like being able to shoot through vehicles. So they know where I am. I'd love to break cover when they don't see you and reposition. Oh. Did they come out the other side? Nope. How do you... Where are you? Come on. Poke your head out. Yeah, you're not gonna. But he doesn't know where I am. Oh, there he is. Boom. Now, when I was shooting him, he had, you could see some yellow marks come off him. That would have been me shooting him in maybe like a backpack that had grenades. So if you see that, you know that there's something that you can shoot at that will explode, causing extra damage. So usually it's a one-shot kill. So once it explodes, that's it. They're done. Alright, so let's keep going. All these encounters are along the way to the base of operations. And, oh, you'll see things like this too, where you can explore. Not quite sure what there is to check out around here, but we'll take a look. A quick peek before we have to go. Ah, there we go. Usually they lead to things like this. Yes, sir, I will take it. There we go. And then if you want to, you can continue on. Usually there's other things. We'll go check it out. Knocked over. Oof. Good bit of fall damage. There we go. Alright. Oh, it miscalculated my route. You know what? Pick that up and deconstruct it. Get some crafting materials. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, check this out. People will scream at you from the buildings. And if you aim at them, they'll duck in. Again, just another really cool feature. So now we're coming up against some more guys. Just some random looters, it looks like. Well, that was goofy. Oh, nice. Yeah, I missed on my sticky bomb. I didn't put it on somebody. It ended up being on the ground, and of course there's a delay with the sticky bomb because it needs time to detonate. So they were able to get clear. Usually I try to stick it on something or somebody. Something that'll explode. Somebody, obviously, because you want them to carry it with them. Let's cut through this alley. Alley. Oh, some more baddies up here. Oh, this one's boss. Or sorry, not a boss, but a named guy. Oh shoot, he saw me switch to cover. Oh, who is shooting me? Oh my goodness, there's a guy back there. Come on. There's another guy back here. Where are you? There we go. And he's still in the same spot, so he hasn't seen me reposition. He still thinks I'm back there. That was some potato aim, if ever I saw it. Alright, so the name guys do drop some better gear. No. Yes. And definitely, that's a good boost. So that was worth it. The bad thing is I'm down to one kit. One health kit.
Dispatch 10 units on the ground in Chelsea. Sarah's requesting scans from the quarantine zone on West 24th. Proceed with caution. Area is not sterile. Repeat, not sterile.
So you'll find these areas on the map, they're marked in red, and you need a specific filter level to go into them. And you can see, where did they go? There is a filter. somewhere. And of course I can't find it now. Oh, there it is right there, filter level. It goes up to, I think, level 3. So if your filter level's too low, it will kick you out.
Warning. Readings indicate this area is contaminated.
Yep. So you see her put on her mask. If it wasn't the right level, then she'd start to lose health.
Alert. Contamination scan initiated.
So now you gotta find all of these boxes within the set amount of time. Usually what you would do is you would run through, try to find all of the boxes first, and then you would come back for the
Contamination scan initiated.
you'd come back for the items after that. So I think this one is on the roof. If I remember correctly. Maybe they're in through here. Sorry for the herky-jerky camera. It's just you got to get there in time, or you have to do the whole thing over again. There it is.
Now the alert. Contamination scan initiated.
There we go. So now you have to find the virus. And usually there are guys hanging out by it. And this all needs to be done within the time limit. Now he was still focused on me over there because he didn't see me break cover. If I had stayed there for too much longer, he would have seen me. So then you go up here, and you do the final box.
Sarah's gonna be real happy about this data. Thanks.
And usually, at the end of the missions, you find a chest like this. They give you something good. So in our case, it is a new holster. Brings down my firearms a little bit, but it brings up my toughness and my electronics. So I think I'd like a little bit more survivability than DPS. But it also shows us a weapon mod. Okay, so we're going to equip this bad boy. We're going to mod it with, there we go, the quick release magazine. So it increases the reload speed by 3%. And then there's usually a fast way to get out of it, or get away from the mission location. You want to drop down there, lady? Oh, maybe I gotta drop down that way. Alright. So you'll see things on the map too, survival guides. It's, again, a little bit of a treasure hunting aspect to it. You'll find the survival guides. It'll give you tip-offs about people. Same thing with the phone recordings. You'll hear conversations between people, and it's really telling. It's it's what I feel is very accurate to how society would act if this were to really happen. There's oh, these guys are back again. friends here, do you? You can scoot around corners back into cover. Oh, these guys are flanking me too. Where are they? So I can see this guy easy enough. He didn't see me, obviously. And where's the other guy? Weird. Okay. Not quite sure what the story is with that. So let's go and do the encounter. Hello, puppy. So it looks like this one here, we gotta back up the JTF for the Joint Task Force. Alley-oop. And of course, because it happens around the holiday shopping season, everything is decked out in Christmas decorations. Let's see if this person needs anything. Bingo.
How the hell are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thanks. You just saved my ass.
Nice. So that guy just gave me an upgrade to my pistol. By a fair bit. So it really helps to do these when you run up against them.
All available units report to West 24th and 8th. Patrol under fire.
JTF is pretty useless. Come on. There we go. You get bonus points for headshots too. Gonna go down here. Do a little. Oh, I thought I could get in through here, but I guess I can't. Got Alex again, huh? There we go. Easy as that. You can see that I get security wing supplies.
We really appreciate all your help.
You get a survivor bonus as well, so now that you protected the JTF troops, you get a little extra bonus. Alright, I'm not going to backtrack and do that one. Where's the base of operations? Oh, maybe we're not there yet. I believe I have to do all the encounters. Jump it up. Again, there's another red area right there. Ooh, these things are cool.
Available for playback nearby.
These are echoes. So when you activate them,
Here! Make it last, okay? This food belongs to us now! Drop the goods and get the hell out of my sight! Pack this up. We're taking the garden next.
so this pretty much shows you a delivery of emergency supplies by these people here, and anything with the white marks on it, will give you a little bit of extra information. So, of course, this guy, Greg Miller, current status injured, occupation, Sarah worker, details critical condition in Brooklyn Hospital. There we go. So food supplies. This guy here, current status active duty, so he managed to get out of the encounter alive and uninjured. And family relocated successfully. And then you start getting over into here. Oh, that guy made it out. This guy's reporting missing. So he was last seen in the garment district. And then you get a bit of information about these people. So the rioters. Obviously they have their face covered, so you can't get a whole lot of info. Gives you info about the guns and such. But one of the really cool things is when you run through it, the particles scatter based on how much you run through it, and then they come back together when you're done. And again, another treasure hunting aspect, so 1 of 36 or 63. So those are echoes. They just go to kind of advance different parts of the story. You'll see them pop up on certain missions. Anytime you see a down arrow, that just indicates that there's a place where you can go down below your current level. Same thing as with an up arrow. Shows that you can go to the next level of the environment. Places like this are usually good to check out because you can find crafting materials. So some electronics. Every case, I believe, holds 3. But the rarity of them is random. And usually there's 3 cases in every area. Not all the time, but usually. So those will come in handy later on when you get to the base of operations. Where am I? Yeah, let's backtrack and we'll take this one. Some more guys, huh? Come on, move here. Right in his face. And now that guy got hit by his own grenade, so he's disoriented. So if I were to run into the smoke, you can see... Oh, it dissipated too quick. But if I were to run into the smoke, I would become disoriented, and your controls actually flip. What do we have here? Vertical grip. We can put that on the M4. And that will give us a little bit better optical range, or optimal range. There we go. And of course it shows here. So you can do a rotate on your weapons, check out just about every aspect of it. And later on you'll get skins to personalize your weapon. So let's keep going. Oh. Hello. There we go, canned food. That'll come in handy for those people who you stop on the street.
You have no idea what this means to me.
I'm passing up a lot of stuff because I'm trying to finish off these missions and get to the base of operations to really show you how you progress in the PvE world. So that building where I went and found those 3 terminals, and then the one on the roof to send the virus data to the cloud. I could have gone back and looted that entire building, but for the sake of time, we will get the show on the road. Now that one shows down below, so it looks like we're going underground. echolocation here. Michael Trudeau. So these are kind of little checkpoints, and the arrows point towards which way they have gone. So you got to find each of the points.
Dispatch to Chelsea patrols. We're showing a loss of water pressure on West 20th. Check it out before you return to base.
Okie dokie. And then it just kind of spins around and shows you what direction he would have went. Obviously, we know where he went because we can see the next one. There we go. There. So you pick up a missing agent file. So 1 of 20. Again, more treasure hunting. Oh, cleaners. These guys are awesome. Look at the tanks on their back. Guess what we can do with these? Let's see if he'll pace a little bit back. Watch this. Awesome. So much fun with the cleaners because all of them have tanks on their back for flamethrowers, because the cleaners believe that the only way to fix the city is to cleanse it, and you can only cleanse it with fire. According to them, anyway. So this can be a pretty hairy encounter, because in addition to coming under fire, you're going to need to turn these these valves in a certain amount of time, otherwise the pressure will grow too big or too great, and the mission will fail. So when you do this, it'll kick it off. So now we got to defend the water pump. So if you pay attention to your HUD, it will show you where the guys are coming in. So now I gotta get up here. Ooh, that guy almost roasted me. So now I need to get up here, and I need to turn this valve. Oh, there we go. Pop. So now we gotta come back down to this valve and throw it.
Warning, hostile forces approaching.
Oh, charger. This time around he has a shield. A ballistic shield. Oh, I guess I just have to defend this one. So obviously you want to aim for the head on the charges with the shields. Whoa. Oh.
Water pressure at critical levels.
Oh, so we need to turn this one. And that's it. Oh, these dudes are showing up.
Warning, hostile forces approaching.
And if you manage to stun other guys after you hit the pack on another one, you can do damage to multiple enemies at once. To the moon, Alice.
Confirmed water pressure back to nominal levels. Thanks.
You are welcome. it shows something up top. Oops. Let's go have a look. Oh, right there. Sure. I don't think it's an improvement, though. Okay, so let's swap out our secondary weapon. We'll go with you. Just because I like submachine guns. And this one will bring my firepower up a little bit, which is your DPS. It'll drop my toughness down quite a bit, my skill power down a little bit. So again, you have to kind of determine what's best based on your playstyle. If you like moving from cover to cover and are really good at it, then your survivability will go up, so you may not need as much toughness. You can sink a lot more into firepower. Or if you're playing with other people, you can kind of go based on what your roles might be. So if you wanted to be kind of like a tank, then you could sink a bunch of... ooh, those will work. You could sink a bunch of points into your toughness at the expense of your firepower and your skill power. Unwatched intel, really? Oh, right. I forgot about this. So, field data. And shows all of the 20 missing agents. And it will show you pictures of their SHD card. So this guy, his former job was a professional poker player, because all of the agents in the division were agents to begin with, but they were placed in normal jobs, and they would activate if a situation ever called for it. So in this case, when everything went to hell in New York, they activated the first wave. The first wave went in. A lot of them disappeared. Some of them are missing. Some of them are completely offline. And that's when the second wave came in. So it gives you a bit more information about these guys. I won't go too into that. But you'll also find, and again, this is all that kind of treasure hunting aspect of it. So survival guides, phone recordings, incident reports, crash drones are kind of cool, because when you find them, you have to shoot them and collect the parts, and some of them are really hard to find. And then echolocations, along with the missing agents. And then it shows you where they are, or how many there are in each area. So Camp Hudson, there was one there, and I totally missed it. That was the starting area after the chopper blew up. Okay, how do I get out of here now? I just want out. There we go, over here. Do I have to go all the way around? Looks like I do. Pick up a little bit of ammo on the way out. Oh no, there was a ladder right there all the time. Again, never claimed to be a good gamer, just a gamer. Up the ladder. And up again to hit street level. Alright. So, we still have this encounter here, and I think that will take me possibly to the base of operations. So, let's get this taken care of. And I love how it has night sets in, and there's more particles in the air. You get the glow from the lights. You always have something moving around you, like a blowing newspaper.
Thank God for people like you.
Look at that, another pistol upgrade. Nice. Okay, sorry about that. It's been a long day. Look at that. Checking in the window for food. And if you shoot, not only do you scare the people, but you also scare the dogs, which is pretty sharp. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll finish this one off. This one's another virus research, so we'll have to go probably back into the building and find those boxes.
Survival of the fittest, man.
Come on. Oh, what do we got here? Protective gloves. So we'll put those on. Those will give me a little boost to my toughness. And then of course you can kind of knock over certain lighter items. Oh yes, that was another thing that people freaked out about. You can actually watch a dog poop. I am not quite sure why you would want to, but you can. Energy bar, which is something that the other people will need. The citizens in need. A soda. And canned food. Hi. I like how they follow you. The animation could use a little bit of work on the dogs, but overall it's not bad. So it should be a straight shot to the virus research mission. And again, you see something like that on your map. So somewhere inside there are electronics. Whoop. So now I can change positioning here, and as long as he doesn't see me, he'd be firing at the same location. See? Oh, ow. He didn't notice me right away. I waited too long, and he did end up finding me. So we'll go ahead and we'll mod this thing, and we'll throw that on top. So this will increase the critical hit chance by 1%. It doesn't change how it looks on your screen, it changes what it looks like on the gun. But that's it. So then of course you come in here and you loot all your boxes and all that stuff again. But it looks like this was the one that we already hit, so there's a reset timer on these, so you can't just sit there and run around the city and farm and farm and farm. Alright, hopefully this gets us to the base of operations. Nope. Citizen in need. Apparently they're all carrying pistols. Oh, that one's better. If this many people have pistols on them, I don't know if they would necessarily need me. Seems like they might be able to defend themselves. Alright, here we go.
All units, we have a priority request from Sarah. They need a look at what the virus is doing inside a quarantine zone on West 22nd.
Alert. Contamination scan initiated.
Normally when you pick up... There we go.
He's going into a jewelry store. Oh my god. You know what this means? It doesn't mean anything. No grown man goes into a jewelry...
Alert. Contamination scan initiated.
So I interrupted it, but it would replay a cell phone conversation. And again, a lot of times it doesn't have anything to do with what you're doing. It just goes to kind of further show how badly the city has gone to hell. Oh, there we go. So we got some cleaners up here. Bye-bye. Oh! You went right off the side of the building. That was awesome. Make sure I didn't miss the box. I don't think it's this far up. Yeah, we're gonna take everything. No, I think... Oh, no, there it is. Oh, she tripped on the stairs. I forgot about that mechanic. Nice.
Thanks for that, Agent. Our docs are already putting this data to work.
So I'll throw this on, and it will change my optimal range from 2 to 4.5%. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much else there. So a lot of times when you do this, it'll give you an easy way to get out. It doesn't seem like it did that for me this time. A lot of times you'll find one of those ropes that you can lower. But that's not the case for this one. So we'll just backtrack our way. Head back the way we came. I like being able to slide down the ladders. If you're holding shift, it helps you get down quicker. A lot of games you'll come to a ladder or something like that and it'll just slow right down. There's no difference between rushing down the ladder and going down it normally. So we'll check these. Nice. I wish there was an auto-equip for the best item. Later on in the game, there really wouldn't be a best item based on your playstyle. Okay.
Multiple hostiles moving in from the street. We're pinned down. Where's my backup? I've got no one to send you. We've got wounded.
There we
We
go.
know that the base of operations is under siege from whatever criminals have taken over Madison Square Garden. We don't have numbers and they don't seem to have a leader, but the JTF is stretched thin. This has to be our first priority, Agent. Get our base back and we'll go from there.
Alright, so this has run a little bit longer than I thought. Totally my fault. I was hoping that we would be able to do a little bit of Dark Zone stuff so you could see the PvP portion of the game, but I think we might save that for later, since we're almost 2 hours in, just 3 minutes shy, I think, and I need to be up at a reasonable hour to be a dad. So let's finish this off. And I believe this is the one we already did. Have a look. Yeah, that's the one we already did, so make it last. So where we're going now is the base of operations. It's kind of like your central hub for setting up your character. Oh, that was some potato aim right there. Yeah, so the base of operations is like a central hub for setting up your character. You're going to go there, and you'll pick up some items. You can do some crafting there. You can also get daily rewards. There's a whole bunch of different things in there, but when you get there to begin with, there's not a whole lot you have to do.
This is Division Agent Fei Lau, empowered and authorized by Executive Order and DHS Directive 51.
Whoever you are, we're under an all-out assault. I'm not sure how much help you... screw it. We'll take anything you can give us. How are you on my comms?
We've got your back. Just try not to shoot at anyone who's trying to help you. Over.
Alert. Patching into local GTF radio channels.
Unit 43, be advised. You have incoming division agents as backup to your location.
So when you get to the base of operations to begin with, there's not really a lot there.
Foster, we need support on the stairs. Martinez, move up on the flank.
Oh, I hit his backpack. Ah, he stole my cover, jerk. And that's the end of him. Take a med kit. That red spot obviously is a grenade. So now if I were to go into it, you can see that I'm now disoriented right there. So my control scheme is a little bit different while you're disoriented. Freaking pylon. The pylon was a bigger sponge than Craig a game attack usually is.
Dispatch, the situation outside is now under control. My official report, the division saved our sorry asses.
Thanks for the report, Bravo Squad. Stay alert out there and keep it frosty. I'm glad you made it.
Now let's rebuild our base. Go on in and have a look around. I finally got some transportation, so I'm inbound. Let's do this.
Alright. So normally
Ventilation and purification systems online. Contamination levels lowered.
normally when you come in here it'll show you the different wings of the base of operations and how far along you are in advancing the unlocks. But since this is our first time in, it won't show us any of that.
Agent, we need our base up and running, and we need to show the people of New York they're getting their city back. Our base of operations has potential, but right now it's a piece of shit and we've got no one to staff it. To get this place where it needs to be, we need people who know what they're doing. Like doctors. There's a virologist running a field hospital over at Madison Square Garden, but the whole area's gone to shit. With her, we can get our medical facilities online. Without her... The JTF commander, Benitez, is out in the field and he's gone offline. Bring him back.
We need him to set up a functional security wing, and it'll do a hell of a lot for morale. We've also got to restore basic services. We need power and the intel the grid can give us. They had a guy working on that, but it sounds like he ran into trouble patching us in. Without him, it's lights out. Isaac can map itself to each of the wings in the base and sync their progress, so we can have a bigger picture of what's happening here. And the more stable this base is, the better shape the city will be in.
Alright, so level 5 right at the base of operations. So that unlocks, I believe, our second talent. But we'll leave that alone. So in here right now, when you get here, you have your stash. Again, it's like a little holding container.
The security wing needs some love. And Captain Benitez. The JTF love the guy. He can mobilize them and help us get the intel and firepower we need to get all these hostiles off the streets.
Alright, so we'll boot this up. So now this is showing what you need to do in order to bring the security wing online. So you would do these for each of the wings. That's the security wing. This is the medical wing.
The medical wing is a wreck right now. Once we get that virologist over here, we can build up a staff, investigate the origin of the virus, and start getting more supplies. For civilians, but for us as well.
So we'll fire this one up. And again, it shows you what you need to do. The Madison Field Hospital is right across the street. That's usually where people go immediately after this. And then we have the technology wing.
The tech wing has obviously seen better days. But if you can get Rhodes back here, he's apparently got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Former PMC, I think. Knows more than you think he does. I suspect he'll be very useful.
And for that one, you need to go to the subway morgue, which is a really, really cool level. But I think we will save that for another night. And I think we'll probably... Oh, there we go. Last cutscene of the night.
Hey, bad news. I'm not going to be able to get out there. Not with my goddamn leg like this. I'll do what I can from here, but it's not the same. You have no idea how much I wanted to be in the field. I trained for a scenario like this my entire life, but it's worse than anything we could have imagined. You know how they won't let you get too close to anyone, so it won't mess you up when you're finally activated? Well, I did that, and it didn't fucking work. I'm attached. These are my people. This is my city. We're taking it back. Oh.
Look, you need to...
Yeah, okay. Okay. They're counting on us. Let's not let them down.
So now she'll be in the base of operations all the time. Alright, well, I think we will probably call it quits on this. And yeah, that is it for our kickoff stream. So this wasn't so much a way of... This wasn't really about... well, obviously it was about new subscribers and building a bit of momentum for the channel, but this was to see exactly how our setup is going to fare, because this isn't super high tech, but there's a lot of moving parts to it whenever you do set up a stream. So it was really just to test and see, is our system stable? Are our settings correct? Just mostly to see if the stream is really going to perform and look the way that we hope it will. So I'll have to go back and review the archive of tonight And yeah, so I'll make any tweaks that we need to make, any additions. If anybody does happen to watch this and has any suggestions, by all means, feel free. This is all about improvement. It's about doing what we need in order to make this stream as good as it possibly can be. And it really starts with you. Anybody who becomes a part of this channel is really going to drive the direction. So again, I mean, it's going to be everything from the stream setup to the show format to the games that are chosen. So really, if you join, you're the one that's going to be more or less the director of the stream, because I want to keep you engaged as much as possible, as often as possible. So we'll see how it all goes. If it blows up into something great, if not, I'm probably just going to keep doing it because I enjoy it. So with that, I think I will call it quits because it is getting late. It's about 10 after 1 here. And yeah, so before I keep rambling too much, if anybody happens to watch this, thank you very much. We'll probably be doing another stream, I'm hoping, on Wednesday, I believe, the 10th, because Overwatch is starting their Halloween event. And I main Mercy, but I haven't played her since they made the changes, so it'll be interesting to see if I can get good with her again. So I think what we'll do is maybe we'll tentatively try to schedule something for Wednesday, October 10th, probably about the same time, maybe a little bit earlier, but we'll send out some information by Twitter, probably, well, as soon as we know for sure what's going on, we'll send it out by Twitter. So all of our information is right there. Twitter, Discord, email. Feel free to hit us up by any of those anytime, and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. And yeah, I guess we'll call it quits. That'll do it for our kickoff stream. So hopefully we will see everybody on our next one. And again, we'll be sure to let everyone know well ahead of schedule. This one was kind of rushed, but we'll let everyone know well ahead of schedule for our next one. So thanks very much. Again, I'm Ryan, and I will see all you nerds in the herd.